Now in the Beruwala gem market, which is on the coast of Sri Lanka. After the Ratnapura gem market, this is one of the biggest markets in Sri Lanka. The community here is Muslim. They came here hundreds of years ago as textile merchants. And then once they discovered the potential here for gemstones in Sri Lanka, they got into the gem business. And since about the 1960s, 1950s, with the gem boom, this has become such an incredible, bustling market for dealers. As you can see all around us, it's crowded, there are tons of people here, and it's really extremely popular place for gemstone dealing. The market is open daily, but the biggest days for the Beruwala market are Wednesdays and Saturdays. Dealers would get here early in the morning, around 9 a.m. or even earlier, but most of the buying and most of this madness starts up at about 10 a.m. and continues straight through the afternoon till about 4:30 p.m. There are all kinds of gemstones sold here in the market, semi-precious stones, precious stones. For the semi-precious, anything from garnets to zircons, chrysoberyls, all of that. And then, of course, what we're here for right now, sapphires. Now, the Muslim dealers here, they travel off of Sri Lanka and they travel to all these different locations to try to find other gemstones. So a lot of the stones that we see here are from places in East Africa like Tanzania, Madagascar, Mozambique, Malawi, even as far as Burma. They come here and they're processed very roughly. A lot of the stones that you see here are cut really to retain weight, so you don't see a lot of the really fine cutting here. What this place is most known for too is their rubies and their yellow sapphires. The market here is really only gemstone trading. There are no public toilets, there are no food stands. It's really just gemstones and then just materials for observing gemstones, your loops, your gem cloths, your tweezers. So it's just 100% focusing on dealing gemstones. That's why everybody comes. There's dealing happening on the streets, dealing happening upstairs. If you look around closely, it's all men. I'm the only woman here right now. Inside, we have a couple of our colleagues from the Natural Sapphire Company already going through and buying gemstones. And we are the only women here. And there are, of course, a lot of challenges with that. You have to be very aggressive and very forceful in order to be able to do some purchasing here. So usually what happens is we go ahead and we go inside, and the dealers will come inside to bring us their gemstones. If you let them, you will be swamped. It's really extremely tough buying conditions. You have to make sure you have the right lighting, the right equipment, and you have to be able to handle the dealers. We do this on a daily basis to buy all of our sapphires for the Natural Sapphire Company. We're here right now in Beruwala. We have people over in Ratnapura right now buying gemstones also. We're constantly doing this, constantly fighting the heat, the crowd, the temperatures, the stress, just to find these perfect gemstones. We sit for hours as dealers bring in hundreds of stones, and you just sit and you look and you have to see the potential in the gemstones because most of these stones are cut really, really rough. If we happen to find something we like, then comes the negotiations, figuring out what we can get the stone for. So it's a constant back and forth, a lot of stress. The conditions here are really tough. It's hot, it's crowded, but this is what we have to do in order to bring you some of the most beautiful gemstones in the world.